Okay, welcome to part 2 of Divided by 3. This is where we ramp things up a little bit and try to explain some of the more exciting things about dividing by 3. First things first, let's talk about the bits that you get left over. So, as you know, when you divide a number that isn't easily divisible by 3 or whatever number you're dividing by, you get something left over. So let's try this one here, for example, 22 divided by 3. We're going to end up with 1 left over because we know that 3 does not go into 2, but it does go into 22 7 times with 1 left over. So we can say remainder 1. In this case, we can put a little zero there, give us a few zeros. Put a 0 there. 10, so 3 into 10 goes 3 times. And then I've got 1 left over. And it's going to keep doing that. So it's going to be 7.33333. So a remainder of 1 when you're divided by 3 is roughly the same as 0.333 and so on. Then what if my remainder is 2? Well, easy to figure that out. It's going to be a similar sort of thing. You can probably guess where this is going. So I had, in this case, 23 that I was dividing by 3. Put some extra zeros in there to help us out. So 3 does not fit into 2, but it fits into 23 7 times, much as above there. Difference is I've got 2 left over. My remainder is 2. Instead of trying to fit it in 10 though, now I've got to fit 3 into 20. Closest is 18, which fits in 6 times, with 2 left over, with 2 left over, with 2 left over, so we'll carry on like that. So remainder of 2 is always going to give you 0.66 and so on. There's only 2 possible remainders when you're dividing by 3. It's either going to be 1 or 2, so you don't need to worry about other ones. So your decimal remainder is either going to be a series of 3s or a series of 6s. That's a handy little tip to start with when we start getting into remainders. We'll do some more basic ones before we get to that, but I just wanted to cover that first. What are the other names for divided by 3? In other videos you'll have seen that when we divide by 2, it's the same as a half, which is the same as 0.5, which is the same as 50%. Well, divided by 3 is the same. Not quite as neat and tidy, but the same sort of thing. So divided by the 3 is the same as saying 1/3. So if I had a remainder of 1 there, it would be the same as 1/3. This would be 2/3. Then what's my decimal of that? Looks a bit like that actually. 0.333. Recurring is kind of what that indicates. It means it goes on and on and on forever. And it's also the same as 33.3%. Just handy to know when you see in the shops something that says it's 1/3 off the price or 33.3% off, it means the same thing, and so that's all we're dealing with. Now we're going to go backwards a little step because I want to show you more about this technique here, but it just was important to show that the remainders are very simple to deal with. Looks hard there, but actually once you get into it, it's not too bad. So quick change of paper. And we're going to have a go at some basic divided by 3. So I'll show you the technique first, then I'll get you to have a go for yourself. Okay, so I just had a bit of time to write up some numbers for you there. So let's go through a few of these and then I'll give you a chance to have a go for yourself. Come back and see how you did with your answers. So we'll do this one first. How many times, this is the essential question for any of these kind of algorithms, how many times does 3 fit into 8? Well, the closest number under 8 is 6, that's in the 3 times table, which is 3, 6, 9. So it can't be 9, must be 6. So it fits in twice, because 2 times 3 is 6, right? I have some left over though. 8 take away 6 is 2, so I must have 21 left. Now that's handy because 21 is in the 3 times table. 3 fits into 21 exactly 7 times. So my answer to 81 divided by 3 is 27. Now for the mathematically minded amongst you, you might notice that 81, that looks familiar. Yes, it's in the 9 times table. And so is 54, and so is 50, and not 42 by the way, so is 54. The reason 9s and 3s kind of work together is they're related. You can go 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 is the square of 3, or 3 is the square root of 9. So sometimes the 3s and the 9s coincide. So I'm going to just pause there for a second. I'm going to, I don't know, play with cars while you have a go for yourself. Right, did you have a go at this one? Hopefully you've got some pencils and paper at home to have a try for yourself. 3 fits into 5 only once. Still, no problem. I do have some left over. In this case, 2. 3 fits into 24, as we figured out earlier on when we were doing our basic facts. 8 times. Nice. Okay, have a go at this one. Alright. Then, same sort of thing. Divided by 3, forgot to write that down in there. 3 fits into 4 only once, with 1 left over. 3 fits into 12 exactly 4 times. So 42 divided by 3 is 14. Now, does the same thing work with bigger numbers? Absolutely it does. And again, I'll do the first one and let you have a go for yourself on the next ones, and then we'll have a look at some decimals. But first things first. So we're dividing this by 3. So, how many times does 3 fit into 1? No times! Fits no times. I can put a 0 there. I don't need to though. What I'm going to do though is eliminate that 1 and put it across there, because I want to think about 10 tens instead of 100, right? How many times does 3 fit into 10? Fits in 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9, with 1 left over. 3 fits into 18 exactly 6 times. So 108, also in the 9 times table, chopped into 3 sets, I would have 36 in each set. Or if I had 108 and chopped it into 36 sets, there'd be 3 in each set. Either way. Okay, so have a go. Maybe just have a go at these two together and we'll go through and see how you went. In the meantime, while you're having a go at those, I'm going to write up a few decimal ones, see how you go with that. Okay, how did you go with these two? Pretty good? Alright, so let's have a look. 3 does not fit into 1, fits in no times. But it does fit into 12 4 times, and I've got 2 left over. Then 3 fits into 21 7 times. So 141 divided by 3 is 47. It's an unlikely looking number with a 1 on the end. It looks like it shouldn't be divisible, but in this case it is. In this case, right, same sort of thing. 3 does not fit into 2. I'm going to eliminate it. I'm going to put the 2 there. What's the next number that 3 fits into here? 27 is just a little bit big, so it must be 24, which is 8, with a couple left over, haven't I? So 24, I've got 2 left over. Ah, that's right. Then 3 fits into 21 exactly 7 times. So 261 chopped into 3 sets gives me 87. Now, by now you've spotted these ones over here. This one I know is not in the 3 times table. At least I think it's not. We'll find out, shall we? So 3 fits into 4 once with 1 left over. 3 fits into 18 6 times with nothing left over. But 3 does not fit into 2. Oh, I have to put a 0 there. Now, as we talked about earlier, I know my remainder is going to be either 0.333 or 0.666. Now I can see that 3 does not fit into 2. I've got 2 left over there. So I can say, well, 3 fits into 20 6 times with 2 left over, that sort of thing. So I know, without having to do all of the maths over and over again, it's going to be 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay, so that fits with our prediction that if we've got 2 left over, the decimal number will be 0.666. Alright, what about if there's a decimal in the middle? It doesn't make any difference to the algorithm. It still works no matter how tricky it looks. It's still going to be absolutely fine for us to do this. All we have to do remember to do is put our decimals there, and we might as well put that one there. It's going to help us to do it early because we don't have to worry about it after that. 3 fits into 5 only once, but there is 2 left over. 3 fits into 26, 24 is the closest, which of course then is 8 with 2 left over. 3 fits into 21 exactly 7 times. 3 fits into 4 once with 1 left over. I'm going to have to carry on with this a bit. You can see my leftover one here is going to mean that I'm going to end up with 3, 3, 3, like that. So 56.14 chopped into 3 will give me 18.71333333. I could do the maths to prove all of that, but we've done it already, so you can see how it works. So have a go at this little fella down here. This will be the last one for the session. You've been learning a lot today. You've done well. Have a go. I'll come back in a second and see how you went with it. Hopefully you've had enough time. Let's have a look. 3 fits into 4 only once with 1 left over. 3 fits into 19. 18 is the closest. Gives you 6, doesn't it? 3 times 6 is 18. In this case though, I've got 1 left over again. Oh, it's going to fit nicely, I think. 3 into 15 gives me exactly 5. I don't need the other numbers after that. Even though it's a decimal, it does fit in neatly. So 4.95 divided by 3 is 1.65. Nice thing is, once you've learnt how to do this, you can divide any number by 3. All you need is your basic facts. So, same message again that we had at the end of the last video. Learn your basic facts. Makes all of this so much easier. Okay, have fun dividing by 3.